We got ourselves Team 1 together with C-Vark. On this team, we got ourselves Held Rock, Vengeance, Yahi, as well as Chicago. Versus Team 2, we got ourselves Joful. We got ourselves Milord Palo. We got ourselves F2, Milord Palo right here. We got your boy Skills, and up in the air, we got TM Assassin. Hello guys, how's it going? My name is Dalaran. In the post-editing of this clip, I just decided to cut out a whole first part of this duel because we ran into a bit of confusion. The rogue apparently started off with the Shaman Earth Shield. It wasn't the rogue's fault, and the Shaman just didn't really know the rules of the 5v5 1v1 duels. We don't have too many duels in the 5v5 1v1s, only the stuff that's fun for the viewer to watch. Little things like micromanaging raid buffs is very, very difficult, so we don't even put a rule on that. In fact, if you want to read all the rules of 5v5 1v1s, link down in the description below is a Discord to the Discord for the channel, and in there we have a whole section on the 5v5 1v1 duel rules, all the things that make the experience a lot more fun for the viewer and a little bit more fair for classes that are, let's say, underperforming in 1v1s. So we did restart this duel completely. These boys will actually be able to get a good chance of dueling each other. They are starting off into a little bit higher dampening, but I just wanted to cut out that whole confusion at the very beginning before it really gets out of hand. And Joful and Heldrock finally getting a proper duel. Gonna be that chimeric poison onto Joful with a big old rapid fire for Heldrock. Does he have the cure and go? It looks like he does not. Maybe use the sippy cup though. Got a couple of bleeds rolling on him with a vendetta. Could be really bad for him. Visit shot for Joful. Does he go for a trinket? I don't even know if he has a trinket. It's hard to tell right now. Now that we have to redo the duel. Big aim shot. Oh, and a big arcane shot for the rogue. Well done, well done. Well done, well done. TM Massing is gonna go and actually walk it through the flare. Heldrock going for a bit of a hunter's mark. As TM Massing actually just couldn't really get himself a big go. It is subtlety. Does have 2 shadow steps, so he still can get himself a big go. Heldrock wants to go for a big rapid fire. Gonna be shadow step by the rogue. Cheap shot, interrupting the burst out of the hunter with the kidney shot to follow. TM Massing going for a Viscer's back-to-back freezing trap onto the rogue. It seems he's gonna go for a trinket with a vanish. And the flare comes out, almost clipping him, dude. Almost clipping him. Almost clipping him. And Heldrock tried to see if he can get himself a bit of a reset. TM Massing getting a sap. I think Heldrock might be out of options. Cheap shot, super DR'd. Heldrock with a scatter onto the rogue with a binding shot. The rogue does not have a cloak of shadows. It could maybe shadowy. I don't even know if he can shadowy duel. I think the rogue is actually caught out in the open. Does have evasion. Heldrock trying to hit him with whatever he can. It's going to be explosive shot onto the rogue. Still can auto attack him a little bit. But Heldrock is at no health whatsoever right now. He can keep the rogue in combat with a pet, but that's about it. Hunter's Mark onto TM Massing with the pet attacking him, so the pet is going to be doing a bit of damage. Did pull the pet back to make sure the pet has a pet mend, but it's trying to keep the rogue in combat. Camo for Heldrock. If the rogue just AoE heals, going to get the pet out in the open, as well as Heldrock, but he doesn't do so. And that's going to be Hunter's Mark still. He knows where the rogue is at. Heldrock is carefully watching the rogue, catching up on a lot of healing. Going to be TM Massing, trying to see if he can pick up the eye. Going to be a scatter shot by Heldrock immediately. Double tap available. Does he have the big go? Going to be another binding onto TM Massing. I don't even know if he can shadow step. He actually did bind himself while walking out of the arrow. Big aim shots coming out. 1, 2. TM Massing super low in health. Actually going to be a kill shot here. It looks like the Marksman Hunter does take the rogue down with a freezing trap onto the warrior. Going to be a trinket as Skills going in for the big damage. Avatar is activated. Get himself the most setup going. That's going to be knocked back by the Hunter. Could maybe go for a leap to catch up to Heldrock unless he already used the leap. And Heldrock is trying to see if he can get himself a bit of a reset. 8 minutes into his duel, Shackler does shadow melded. And Heldrock is actually at no health whatsoever, 20% dampened because of the way that the duel started. But it's okay, boys. It's okay. Just gonna mean that it's gonna be shorter duel. Skills actually gonna slow down. Was that just a concussive shot? Does Heldrock play the stun with his steady shots? I haven't seen him use it so far, but I wonder if that's what he's running. Actually, what Onatowns is he running? Can somebody on Team C-Vark send me a screenshot of what Heldrock is running for Onatowns? I'm actually very interested. But he's running for PvP towns. They used to call PvP towns Onatowns back in Legion and WoD. I mean Legion and BFA. Do you know they just call them PvP talents? I'm so used to them calling them Onatowns. Big explosive shot, big Kyrian setup by Heldrock. Stormbolt flying, and Skills does get hit with that aim shot at the end. It looks like Lord Pilot just gonna charge out, scatter shot by Heldrock. So far, Heldrock has held off 3 classes, probably one of the best matchups for him, but the Paladin is going to be a whole nother story. Freezing chop into Milord Paladin. Looks like Milord Paladin is lagging a little, trying to go for the biggest damage versus Heldrock. Going to be blind. I don't think Heldrock has anything left to keep him alive. The pet and him are both blinded, no health left, and Milord does slam him down. Dampening destroys me. Yeah, it is going to do quite a bit of damage, especially with Vengeance going up next. especially with Vengeance being up next. Big wings available for Milord Pala. That's going to be bubble out of this Paladin. Vengeance holding on to his bubble. Milord Pala needs to somehow force a bubble out of Vengeance. Otherwise, Milord Pala in this chess match of Paladins is going to be a little behind. Hodge, I think it might be over. And that's going to be done and done, as Vengeance was the one to get himself a full go versus Milord Pala, forcing the bubble early. F2, trying to see if he can one-shot Vengeance. That's going to be a bubble only for 8 seconds. F2 might still be able to have a big go afterwards. He's got the fish slapping, flapping. And he still could probably have himself a go. Wind strikes are coming out. Big damage. I think it still has a lot of Maelstrom set up. Could still have himself a massive go either way. He just needs to get on top of Vengeance, get that Maelstrom rolling, maybe even interrupt him. Try to go, I think, for a Sundering just now. Vengeance still super low, and a big chain harvest. Just harvest the Paladin for all his health. With, looks like Seavark is popping an Invis. I don't know if he's up next or not. Is that Chicago? Did Chicago get an Invis charge, by the way? Chicago's the one trying to go for the big bursty burst onto F2 with Ghost Wolves and everything. And F2 popping in the wall, just trying to see if he can survive this damage. Chicago got a lot of damage rolling up. F2 just trying to see if he can survive it. Got the Ghost Wolf mobility. And so does Chicago. 10 minutes into his duel, 34% dampening. And Chicago swapping to an Earth Shield, actually. F2, I don't know if he got one up and running for himself. Probably needs to get an Earth Shield if possible. But does have himself plenty of healing. Maelstrom, using the Maelstrom and using the healing on it sounds to keep him rolling. And actually get to see, okay, so he ran a Chimeric sack, and he did go for that stun with a steady shot. So actually, Heldrock did go for the stun with steady shot, the new auto talent. Oh no, he went scatter, never mind. He went scatter. So he did play Chimeric. I don't know if he got to use Chimeric. I guess any of the other guys. Interesting. I think I saw him use Chimeric once. But I don't really know if, like, the silence, I guess, doesn't really work on rogues and warriors, does it? Either way, though, played it well. Tfue dodging away from the Fate Transfusion is going to hit Chicago with a Sundering. But Chicago is still trying to catch up to F2. F2 just trying to prolong this the best possible. Earth Elemental is just beating up each other. Wait, Chicago created a train. Chicago has an Earth Elemental beating him up, and then there's an Earth Elemental beating up that other Earth Elemental. So now Chicago has a little choo-choo train. F2 is at the front of that train, dude. They just made a train. It's like a snake, dude. It's like the snake game from the old Razor phones. We're going to be a stunner to F2. Does Chicago have any go here? F2 with a massive chain harvest. Harvesting quite a lot of health from Chicago and everybody else. Massive heal. Also healing his Earth Elemental. Chicago going for a bit of a retreat with the soul shape. F2 catching up. Big Sunder. Does Chicago have anything to survive here? Trying to go for healing. Maelstrom is down. That's going to be C-Pod, and F2 just survives it. Big damage for this man. Yeah, he is up next. Is F2 the last one? Dude, F2 with 45% damage, but it could be a really rough situation. Wall up, gonna drop down stun totem, not stunning Yahi. Actually, Yahi trinketed the thing immediately. I think he trinketed immediately or walked out of it. Karma onto F2, not a lot he could really do in that situation. And down he goes. Man, for a duel as confusing as it started, Heldrock ended up holding off pretty well. Heldrock actually didn't do that bad at all. Gotta give that Marksman Hunter plenty of rep, dude. That was well done. Well done. That was a weird duel how it started, but that was well done in the end.